coordinator for the La Mama Umbria readings, of which this is a part. The reading that you're about to see, written by Robert Rossi, was developed under the mentorship of Lisa Crone, who's wrote Fun Home and Well and Full Surprise Winner, all these things, out at La Mama Umbria, which is affiliated with La Mama. It's out in Italy. And it's a wonderful place. And if you're thinking, hey, maybe I want to write a play, applications are currently open on the La Mama website. So you could come out with us in the summer if you wanted. There's also some directing workshops and residencies and other things. It's delicious food, and I really recommend it if you're thinking about it. So this piece, there were, I guess, 8 or 10 scripts that Lisa mentored in the summer of 2019, and it took a while for us to have a development reading of them here, but here we are. And there will be 4 other pieces today, so if you feel like staying for the next couple pieces, you're welcome. They all have to do with Exodus, which is the topic that the writers were given to respond to. With that, I just want to say thank you to the director, Elizabeth, and thank you to all of us. And thank you so much to all of the actors for their time in helping the development of this new work. And please enjoy.
Right. So this is the baby. Okay, Brian. Of course. FAULTLINE by Robert Austin Rossi. Setting: Johnson Funeral Home, November. A closed coffin of Jimmy Stefano is downstage center.
Your mama killed him. She killed him.
He had stage 4 colon cancer, Aunt Rose.
No. He still had life. I know. I see him that morning.
Daddy was sick for a long time. It's better off this way.
Claire killed my brother. I know what I say.
The coroner would have put something in the autopsy report. There was nothing.
Murder, I say. Omicidio.
You need to get a grip. You can't accuse Mama of murder without proof.
Oh, I got the proof. He sit up, eat scrambled eggs, feel better. I go shopping, come home, poof, he dead. I save a little bit egg for the polizia. They examine. Poison.
I don't think so. And where was Mama when you found Daddy?
She drinks, booty. She drunk, sleep on the couch.
Mama's been sober for 2 years. Really? Ever since rehab, she's been dry.
Booty, I tell you. I emptied the garbage last week and 2 bottles of whiskey I find. You papa no drink whiskey. I no drink whiskey. The dog, she no drink whiskey. Only 1 person left. You mama.
Cheryl Foreman!
In here, Mama!
Booty, you see.
I'm missing all my Friday night programs for this.
You see? Booty.
To hell with you, Rose. She thinks I killed your father. Not that the thought didn't occur to me. But if I wanted to kill him, I would have done it a long time ago.
Assassina, you killed my brother.
No bullet, no weapon, no conviction, Rose.
Mama and Rose, please, it's Papa's wake. We need to get along.
Why do I have to have a wake? I prefer the Jewish way. Die in the morning, buried in the afternoon. Much more civilized.
Yeah, Daddy, the evidence quick, huh? Omicidio.
You're singing the wrong song, Rose.
We have the view. Must have the view.
I saw enough of him this morning. I don't want to see him ever again. I asked the mortician to lock the casket and throw away the key.
That's too brutale. No wake without sees Jimmy.
I told you I saw him this morning. Isn't that right, Jimmy? My poor Jimmy. When the mortician opened that casket, I almost fell down on the floor. The cancer devastated him. Although they tried, Jimmy was only a slice of what he used to be. I decided there and then that there was no sense in exposing him to gossiping eyes. I want people to remember him as he was.
I certainly will.
Forgive and forget.
Oh, I fell in love with your father the moment I laid eyes on him. The first time I saw Jimmy was at the high school basketball game, sitting in the bleachers, straight out of Vietnam. So good looking. He had curly brown hair, deep blue eyes, that olive complexion. He was wearing his Marine Corps uniform, not a wrinkle to be found, freshly starched and spotless. Oh, striking figure of a man.
Babe Ruth, did I tell you, Babe Ruth?
Mama, have you been drinking?
One nip, one tiny nip. Oh, steady my nerves.
Okay, Mama, please sit down.
I just need to find a lighter for my cigarette.
No smoke.
I have to smoke. Rose, it calms me down. I've been as nervous as that old calico cat who used to get stuck in Grandma Stefano's tree. Kiki. Oh, I hated that damn cat. All fur.
Love my Kiki. She's such a wonderful cat.
She taught that goddamn cat to scratch him.
She killed Kiki too. I know. Assassina.
Assassina, my ass.
Hey, there are smoke alarms in here, Mama. You'll set them off.
Just a couple of puffs.
No pups.
All right. I'll go out back for a puff.
Babe Ruth, I tell you, don't.
She had a nip. What harm would that do?
Never one with you, Mama. 2, maybe. 3, 4, 5 for sure.
God, you're right. We better get some black coffee in her.
Oh, pobre mío.
Yeah, man, I couldn't believe you were my driver. Coincidence. Did you give up police work?
No, I'm still on the force. As a matter of fact, I have a shift after the wake tonight.
Why are you driving Uber?
Now, during COVID, there wasn't enough work for everyone on the force. I got laid off, so started driving Uber. Old ladies to the grocery store, old men to secret pinochle games at backdoor bars that serve shots and beer. You know, the sort of speakeasies that were supposed to be closed. And when people started traveling again, I booked back and forth to the airport.
You're holding down 2 jobs.
Still have a mouth to feed. But Uber only on the weekends now. I'm back on full duty. I like it. People coming and going, telling me about their trips, the exotic places I can only see in pictures. Thousands of stories.
How the kids?
Good. Grace is in kindergarten, and Toby's playing baseball. Center field. You should see that arm on that kid.
And I haven't seen Toby since his baptism. I have yet to see Grace, and I want to see him before I leave.
Oh, for sure. They're with my mother tonight, but I'll pick them up after the funeral tomorrow and bring them to the house.
Man, I should have come back more often, but you remember how it was.
Oh, I remember, believe me, in spades.
I'm not drinking any more goddamn coffee.
Mama!
What the hell are you doing here, Jeff Thornton? Get out.
I'm sorry, Mr. Stefano. I brought Tony from the airport, and I thought I'd pay my respects. I know how you feel about me, but I assure you I bear nothing but the deepest sympathies for your family.
Nobody here wants your sympathy. You're nothing but trouble.
Mama.
And who the hell do you think you are? You can't be my son. My son is clean shaven, with short hair, and always wears a suit and tie.
Me all right, Mama. All right, I've changed.
Not for the better, God forbid.
Good to see you too, Mama.
Yeah, so I should go.
No, Jeff, stay. You know, Cheryl will be here.
No, let him go. He has no business with Cheryl. You leave my daughter alone. You good for nothing cop.
Ma, don't start.
Mama, give me the cocktail. Dad.
Cheryl, I'm so sorry about your father. You know, I actually liked the old man.
I don't know why. He wasn't particularly fond of you. Always said you weren't worth a handful of birdseed.
Mama.
Mama.
I'm just repeating what he said.
Well, there's no need for comments like that.
I'm just repeating what he said.
I know, sure you're a mom, verbatim as always.
It's okay, Tony. I stopped listening to Claire years ago.
Tony? Tony, is that really you?
Yeah, it's me, all right.
At first I thought he was a fugitive from Duck Dynasty.
Thank you, Mama.
Tony, would you stop her?
What's in the glass, Mom?
Booze.
Mom, you drinking again?
Cheryl, I better go. I picked up an extra shift.
Let me walk you out.
He can find his own damn way out.
I'm walking him out.
I hated that cop bastard. Why the hell did you bring him here?
Give me a ride from the airport.
I could have sent someone to pick you up if I knew you were coming. Anyone but him. Keep Jeff the hell away from me and from your sister. We've had enough of Jeff Foreman to last us a lifetime.
Still ragging on Jeff after all these years, huh?
8 years since I've seen you, to be precise.
I didn't think you cared. Well, what's in the glass, Mom?
2 fingers of Jack to calm my nerves. I was in a terrible state when I got here. If you knew what I've been through these past few months, hospitals, doctors, needles, chemotherapy, you could have seen your daddy for yourself if you hadn't stayed cooped up in Denver.
Denver's where I live.
It's a 2-horse town. You should move back to Hartford. I bet there are 10 law firms here that would hire you in an instant. Of course, you'd have to shave. We don't go in for that Rocky Mountain grizzly look in Hartford.
I'll never live within 1,000 miles of Hartford ever again.
And I would never live anywhere else. I'm a white birch Yankee to the bone.
Aunt Rose said I was doing better.
Aunt Rose, what the hell does she know? She's no nurse.
She knows more than you think.
She's got it in her head that I killed your father.
Did you?
I can't believe you asked me that question.
You and Dad fought like weasels, trapped in a paper bag.
I'm Irish, and he was a guinea. What did you expect?
I wish I wouldn't use that term guinea. It's offensive.
As offensive as that useless whore? That's what those low-class guineas called me. I was a Flanagan from Hastings Hill. We wouldn't hire a guinea to clean our toilets.
Mama, give me the glass.
Okay.
Terrific. You shut up.
Don't think you're in charge, because you're not. I'm in charge.
Better sit down before you fall.
I'll sit down when I'm good and ready. I'm ready.
There's a nor'easter coming.
It's early November. It doesn't snow in Rocky Hill in early November.
I say snow. We see.
So what, Rose?
Tony, is that you? Que facha?
You like a beard?
You look like Nonna Stefano.
Yeah, without a Toscano.
No Toscano for you. No, you know smoke. It killed Nono, and now you papa me. They rest in peace. Oh,
I'm glad to see you.
bel uomo.
Oh, sure. Kiss your precious Aunt Rose, but nothing for your old ma. After all I've done for you. I suffered so you could have an education. I went to work at Pratt & Whitney on a drill press and oil up to my elbows so you could go to college and law school.
Oh, yes. She say big pimples all over her arms.
Yeah,
I know, see?
Appreciate everything you did for me.
It's what mamas do, her duty.
Bullshit. Not many mothers would have done what I did.
No, Santa Clara.
I'll mop the floor with you right here, Rose Stefano.
I ready anytime you say.
I can see nothing's changed between the two of you.
Rose has been a pain in my ass since the day I met her.
Oh, 6, 7 months in the family way this one. Putana.
Say it like it was, Rose. Knocked up by your brother.
We've been through all this 100 times.
She holds on to things like they're precious relics and then drags them out for everyone to see. My whole life open to the public.
You dance the tarantella, you live in that web, Black Widow.
Go home, Rose.
Vaffanculo.
You see, nothing but insults from now.
You know, I didn't come here 2,500 miles to watch the two of you make fools out of all of us. I mean, there lies your brother and your husband, and the two of you fight. Over 50 years of bickering over nothing. Aren't you tired of it yet?
I know starting fights.
Oh, you're certainly willing to finish them, you bastard grandma.
See, there it is right there. Denials and insults. But what difference does it make who starts them? You're both guilty.
That back will be gone.
He's gone, but he's coming back.
Oh, here we go again. See what you started.
Me?
Ma, he's the father of my children.
I told you not to marry him.
You told me a lot of things.
Everything wrong.
It's okay, Aunt Rose.
Not okay. She break up a marriage.
Can we just let it go for one night, for Daddy's sake?
I'm going to the ladies.
You see? Bevuti.
I don't know anything about her breaking up your marriage.
Long story for another time.
You need to tell your brother.
Not tonight, Rose.
Excuse me.
Aunt Rose,
No,
sorry.
No. I get some air. You two talk.
I can imagine what you think of me.
I don't judge people. I'm like Mom.
I just wish I understood her.
Well, we're both disappointments.
How's that?
You were going to be a rock star, and I was going to be Mary Mason.
Janis Joplin reincarnated. That's what she always said. I had the voice and you had the brains.
Yeah, brains enough to get the hell out of here. I mean, we could have done that.
I have responsibilities.
Not to her,
Have you put it all behind you?
mostly. But I found out there's distance doesn't really erase tattoos. You know, they're there forever.
Ready or not, here comes Mama. You better get changed. People will be arriving soon.
This is what I'm wearing.
You look like a derelict.
Thank you, Mother. It's been a long time without one of your compliments.
Take the keys to my Buick. It's been, go home, back to the house, shave, and put on a suit.
I didn't bring a suit.
What do you mean? The mourners can't see my boy unshaven and dressed like that. You're a lawyer. You should present yourself as a lawyer.
I'm comfortable.
It's not a comfortable evening, Tony. It's Daddy's wake. People shouldn't be comfortable at a wake.
He's fine.
I don't have time to shave, shower, and change.
Well, why didn't you bring one of your Armani suits?
I gave your suits to Goodwill.
All those beautiful suits. Why would you do that?
Because I don't need suits anymore.
Oh, you need them when you go back to the law firm. Your leave of absence must be ending soon.
What leave of absence?
So mind your own business, Carol.
My leave of absence already ended. I'm not going back. I resigned
What? When did this happen?
3 months ago.
I suppose your sweet Aunt Rose knew all about it.
Aunt Rose just wants me to be happy.
We all do.
Oh, shut up, Cheryl. You were a partner. Partners earn 7 figures a year.
Yeah, most of them have ulcers.
No one's going to be noticing what he's wearing when the widow smells like a juice joint. Gin joint.
A toast to the family Stefano. May you all rot in hell.
Or Jack. Not really?
Mama, there are people coming in less than an
Well,
hour.
bring them on. I've got stories to tell. Isn't that right, Jimmy? Big, bad, nasty stories.
She's going to make a mockery out of Daddy's hair.
Give her some more coffee. Try to make some sense. Give me the glass. I don't understand. You've been doing so good.
Till that bastard got sick and landed on my doorstep.
You didn't even take them back.
What the hell was I supposed to do? I hated what he did to me, but I couldn't refuse him.
What about the other woman?
In the end, he didn't want her. He wanted me. Isn't that right, Jimmy? He was used to me, his old Irish colleague. She was a guinea like him. Wooed her with her chicken and polenta.
He loved him.
Ah, mine always turned out like glue. I didn't have to touch.
I think he was happy with
Bullshit. That bitch started flirting with her father as soon as they were shoveling dirt in her husband's grave. The slut.
him. She was kind to him.
And I wasn't.
I didn't say that.
It's what you meant. Nothing gets by your own law.
Did you know her?
Oh, I knew her all right.
Did you ever talk to her?
Rose and I saw her at the grocery store, and we trapped her between the asparagus and the squash. Couldn't get away, squealed like a banshee when Rose slung a pineapple at her head. Almost nailed her, but she ducked.
Oh no.
Gave her a piece of my mind until the manager came to her rescue. He had to hold Rose back. She'd gone for a second pineapple.
It must have been a scene.
Oh, your father was a prick, Tony. A goddamn prick. Weren't you, Jimmy?
You're drunk.
He drove me to drink. You bastard.
You don't have to play your cards in front of the whole town.
The whole town will be treated to a wake and funeral they'll never forget. Father McNulty will officiate at Mass, Brendan O'Connor will sing Danny Boy, and I'll give a eulogy to rival Abraham Lincoln's Gettysburg Address.
Danny Boy. At an Italian funeral?
Brendan sang Danny Boy at your Uncle Declan's funeral, and it was lovely.
Yeah, you know, Declan is Irish, Mom.
And so am I. It's what I want.
Aunt Rosa insists on Ave Maria.
Bitch can keep her goddamn mouth shut or I'll shut it for her.
Oh, God, why must you always fight with people I love?
Well, maybe you love the wrong people. No more lies. I hate those goddamn games. They ruined my life.
Come on, drink some more of this.
Oh, is that coffee? I'm not drinking any more goddamn coffee.
Then you're going home. Tony and I will say we're too upset to come.
More lies. Haven't there been enough lies?
What the hell are you talking about?
Cheating and lying, our lives are built on a false foundation.
No, listen to her. She's drunk. Bevuti.
Lies! I want the truth.
Haha, you just like Jack Nicholson. You can't handle the truth.
If you want the truth, I'll give you the truth. I love Jeff. We're getting back together. How's that for truth?
Jesus.
I loved him. And as I think about it, I've always loved him. You caused trouble between us and I divorced him. That's over. I'm not listening to your advice anymore.
You don't like Jeff from day one, and when you don't like, you make the problem. You do same between me and Jimmy. Jimmy, you no speak to me for 15 years until you die. All your fault. You like poison ivy, like a burning, itchy, rash of a woman.
Kiss my ass, Rose.
And you love Jeff. I live Mom.
Oh, sure, it's always me. I cause all the problems.
You watch me run to Jean Sartori.
How dare you bring that whore's name up to me?
Dad left you for her
And he came back to me.
when he needed a nurse.
I can't believe you're throwing that tramp in my face.
She's actually a lovely woman.
You've met her?
I met her
You
at
didn't
church.
tell me that whore needs to go to church.
What if she comes tonight?
She wouldn't dare.
She loved him and he loved her.
Damn it, I told you he came back to me.
He had inoperable lung cancer and the chemo failed. It wasn't love that drove him back into your arms. He didn't want to burden Jean.
What was I supposed to do? He was your father.
Now, when was that? Can you give me 2 black eyes?
He made the mistake. He a good man.
It was no mistake on Rose. He was very free with his hands. He used to slap me around just like Tony. Once he kicked me down the stairs for swearing.
I don't remember those things.
How convenient.
Stop! This a sacred place. You papa's way. Don't dishonor him tonight.
Shut the fuck up, Rose.
You shut the fuck up.
Everyone needs to shut the fuck up.
You dare say that to me? I'm your mother.
Now, maybe. Before, no.
What the hell does that mean, Rose?
They live with Grandma and me when they're small.
You stole my children.
No, Steele, no. No.
Yeah, when you and Dad abandoned us because you wanted your cocktails, and children got in your way.
Booze. Sometimes we didn't see you for weeks.
Lies.
God's honest truth, the two of you on week-long benders.
Yeah, we grew up under the care of our grandmother and aunt.
Bullshit.
They speak the truth. You abandoned them.
I did no such thing. You lived with us. I know you did. I remember.
A weekend now and again.
Not a penny did we see from either of you.
You're full of shit, Rose.
Aunt Rosa's friends.
I remember Uncle Declan helping you with algebra at the kitchen table.
High school. 4 years. We lived with you for 4 years out of 18. We didn't want to leave Grandma's. She wanted us to stay, but you had other plans for us. Solitary confinement. Grandma knew what living with you and Dad would be like. She had to give us up.
You lived at my house.
Yeah, that's right, your house, not ours. We never wanted to be there.
You stayed at your grandmother's sometimes when you were going to Catholic school. Otherwise, you were mostly at home.
They live with us all the time.
Every week, every month, every year.
Yeah, thank God for you and Grandma, Rose.
Oh, you're getting me all confused.
Nah, you've been confused your whole life. Grow up, you got one foot in the grave yourself.
I loved my children.
At a distance from a bar stool at the VFW. You love your booze, not us.
You don't even know my birthday.
April 15th, tax day.
That's my birthday.
Well, then September 5th. Huh?
September 8th.
Are you sure?
I think I know my own birthday, Mom.
Well, get over it. Be a man. What a petty thing to bring up.
You know, it wasn't petty to me.
We remember all your
Oh,
disappointments.
don't talk to me about disappointments. Grandma and Aunt Rose turned you against me.
Never. Not one word. Never.
I was 19 when you were born, Tony. What did I know? Grandma and Aunt Rose took charge of you the minute I brought you home. I remember Grandma saying, I know about babies, I'll take care of them, you rest. Before I knew it, they were in complete control of the two of you. What could I do?
Yeah, you could have tried.
She was a stupid dog. 6 months old, she tried to feed you steak.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's over and done.
It will never be over in a
At some point, you got to overcome the passion. I mean, you can't change it. You got to change yourself.
I don't know if I can. There's still the matter of the Institute for Living in Hartford.
You were on drugs.
I smoked pot.
You were out of control.
I was 17 years old. You had me committed to a mental institution because you found a joint in my fatigue jacket.
It wasn't just marijuana.
She never did more than that.
How would you know?
You told the doctors I had deep emotional problems. You were the one with the emotional problems, not me.
A problem like yours doesn't resolve itself.
Oh, like your alcoholism?
You know, addictive behaviors and inflammatory genes, we all need to be careful. And Uncle Declan, he drank himself to death.
Don't you dare say that about my dead brother. I love Declan.
Yeah, and I loved him too, Mother, but the fact remains he died of alcoholic hepatitis.
I have my drinking under control.
She made the joke.
This doesn't involve you, Rose.
You've never had it under control for as long as I can remember.
I was a good mother.
You were a nightmare. When you took us back from Grandma, you put a chokehold on us and you wouldn't let us go. You were afraid we'd make the same mistakes you did.
I did what I thought was best.
You had no idea what was best for me. You gave the doctors permission to treat me with electric shock therapy.
They recommended it.
Poison.
They never did the electroshock, did they?
Yeah, because I pulled her out of there in the middle of the night, out of the emergency exit. Me and Aunt Rose, when the alarm rang, we ran like hell.
Oh, I ran like the devil. I lost 5 pounds that night.
Why, Mama?
I don't know. I didn't know what to do. I did my best, but the best is never good enough for the two of you.
All right. We need to pull ourselves together for the viewing. Jeff's gonna come back and stay with the family, and I don't want any more trouble. Capiche?
Could you call John Claire? We go for a walk. The air will do you good.
No, I'll go with you. Are you okay by yourself, Tony?
Yeah, no, I'm fine. Just, You in there, Jimmy? Yeah, I'm just here to make sure. Too many years, grievances on both of our parts never settled. I wish things had been different, but they weren't. You didn't want me to be born, and I didn't ask to be born, but your carelessness was my beginning. You had a responsibility to me, Jimmy. You know, to all of us. More times than not, you dodged it. You were on the back porch drinking grappa. And I wanted to play Little League, I wanted to shoot hoops, I wanted to be a boy. And a boy needs his father. You were never a father to me. Ever. I don't have no desire to come back to Rocky Hills, okay? Least of all to pay homage to you because homage was never due. When I was a child, you wanted me to be a man. And when I became a man, you treated me like a boy. My birth forced you into a loveless marriage, and that wasn't my fault. That was you. That was you, Jimmy, and you alone. I was a catalyst of your agony, and you hated me for that. I forgive you, Jimmy. But I'll never forget you.
You okay?
Yeah, just shouldn't have lasted my coat.
Glad to hear that. I wish Cheryl could do that.
Give me time.
Where is everybody?
I went for a walk to sober up Mom.
How bad is she?
Vavoody! As Aunt Rose would say.
She's a tough old lady. You'll see, she'll be fine.
I hope so.
Did you know that Claire organized a food pantry for the hungry during COVID? Didn't want any credit, fed more than 200 families for almost 8 months. And until Jimmy came back, that's when she fell apart, started drinking again. She had straightened herself out.
My mother?
Two sides to everyone, even Claire. I mean, she can be a mean bitch, but she actually has a generous heart. She never liked me, but I can't deny the fact that she's a good woman.
I can't believe you saying that.
I told Cheryl if I can forgive her, and I do, then Cheryl should be able to forgive her too. I've heard all the stories, too many of them, but at the end of the day, she's your mother.
Aunt Rose was my mother.
Aunt Rose was your surrogate. She stepped in when you needed her, but she could never replace your mother. No matter what happens, there's a bond that develops between a child and his birth mother. You can never deny that.
When did you get so smart?
Like you, I've had a lot of time to think. Letting go is the most cathartic medicine.
You know, I thought I could cover it. I thought I put it all behind me. So,
Time.
so I came back.
It's time for you to face your fears. But don't let those fears turn into regrets. Take it from me. It's not worth it.
Whew, it's snippy out there in the snow flurries, heavy snow flurries.
And what is there? I know. I feel it in my bones.
Where's Mom? Where's Mom?
She's fixing her hair. It's so weird.
Is your mother cool with me being here?
She doesn't have a choice.
I'm one in trouble, especially your father's way.
Claire, she has the evil eye, but not tonight. I drive away all the evil spirits.
You are Rose.
Oh, I needed a pick-me-up after that frigid look.
Oh, for Christ's sakes, Mama.
Jeffrey. I understand you're to be part of the family again. Against my wishes.
That's right, but things are going to be different this time. There will be new rules.
Rules?
Rule number 1, stop your drinking and you don't see the grandchildren. Rule number 2, you don't just drop in on us. You call before you come over. You're always welcome, but you need to call first, just like my mother does. Third, no foul language in front of the kids, and never, ever put Cheryl or me down in front of them. Is that understood?
Who the hell do you think you are?
I'm your son-in-law, Claire, and you're going to learn to respect that.
I'll need a refill to digest all that.
No more Jack Daniels.
Don't you ever tell me what to do. Any of you. I am my own woman, always was and always will be. If you're afraid I may embarrass you tonight, you're mistaken. I will play the role of the bereaved widow to the hilt. After all, I have experience. I put on an act for you all my entire life.
There she goes. Big routine.
The one thing I no longer need to tolerate is you, Rose. I have no ties to you. And after you bury Jimmy tomorrow, I don't ever want to see you again. And you, Tony, can go back to Denver for all I care. I don't need you either. I don't need any of you. What I need is another drink.
No more booze!
Oh, fuck off, Tony.
I go after her.
I'll help you.
I can't remember one good time growing up.
Christmas. Grandma basting the turkey on Rose set the table. Pies on the buffet, apple, pumpkin, mincemeat.
And the smell of the Douglas fir tree in the living room.
And Aunt Rose drinking too much Ostas Amante with the sugar cubes around the kitchen dancing, singing jingle bells.
Okay, we did have some wonderful Christmases.
It was time. It was me that made you sure you got everything you wanted at Christmas, not anyone else.
Yeah, you were drunk most Christmases.
Oh, bullshit.
You know, could you keep your voice down? Because that's it. I'm done with you.
Every good thing must come to an end.
You always have an answer, don't you?
Not always, darling. I have no answer for why you tried to commit suicide. Perhaps you'd like to explain.
What? Tony, no.
He drove his motorcycle off a cliff when Grandma Stefana died. It's why he couldn't come back. He was in a hospital bed.
Jesus, honey, what were you thinking?
You said he didn't come back because he was selfish.
Lied.
To spare the family any more agony.
How could you do that?
I've been fucked up all my life. For years, you know, my relationships failed. I hated my job. Things kept piling up on me, and then Grandma died. Grandma Stefano. And after I got the call about Grandma, I was so confused and nervous, and so I smoked a joint, and I thought that weed might take the edge off my anxiety, and it just made it worse. Heightened my anxiety. And I needed to get out of the house.
I don't want to listen to this.
You started it. You listen.
And I needed the wind in my face, so I got on my bike and I took off. Solitude only a bike can give me. I think I must have lost touch with reality, and then suddenly not being alive became very appealing. So I drove my bike off the cliff at Jasper Lake.
Oh my God.
And, well, the water broke my fall, and by some miracle I survived. And, full month at Porter Adventist Hospital, alone,
should have called us. We would have jumped on the first flight.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I reached out for you, Ma. But you didn't come. I needed you. But you didn't come.
Madonna mia.
Don't cry for me, Aunt Rosa. I'm here.
Why didn't you tell me?
How could I tell anyone who tried to kill himself? What would people think?
It wasn't about what other people would think. It was about your son and what you think of yourself. It disgusts me.
Grandmother had just died. What the hell was I supposed to do? I was pulled in all directions. You, your father, Rose. You were all too much. I was on the verge of a nervous breakdown.
Yeah, and I was on the verge of death. Compound fractures to both legs, dislocated right shoulder, severe concussion.
You know kind of mother.
I met it, Aunt Rose. You know, both physically and mentally. Turns out the accident was the best thing that could have ever happen.
How do you say? You almost died.
Yeah. I had a lot of time to think. The doctors assigned me a good shrink. You know, she acquainted me with myself, who I was, what I wanted out of life, and most important, where I've been.
Are you blaming me? I had nothing to do with your suicide attempt.
Didn't you? So when I got out and resigned the law firm, finally sorted things out, I knew who I was. And I didn't run away from it.
And this is what you've become, a bum?
Do yourself a favor and shut up, Claire.
I'm just stating the facts.
Yeah, I know the facts, thank you.
Do you?
Oh, I'm so sick of your negativity, Mother.
I'm not long for this world, and I'm your mother. Not Grandma Rose. Grandma, not Rose.
Peculiar scent of malevolence in the air tonight. Can you smell it?
You can't smell malevolence, you goddamn fool. It's odorless.
Hey, puzza.
Oh, I can smell it. It stinks to high heaven.
What's wrong with you people?
It's the evil that harbors inside you, Mother.
And we have all been your victims. Every single one of us.
I'm damn good to each of you.
You spit on me.
You broke up my marriage.
You sent me to an insane asylum.
What about you, Tony? What did I do to you? Nothing. I took care of you. I was nurturing.
Yeah? The female scorpion who feeds on her young to survive.
Oh, bullshit.
Don't waste your breath. She doesn't understand.
Oh, I understand, all right.
All you ever cared about was Bebuti.
I sacrificed my youth for this entire family.
Ah, you had chances. You never took them.
I was a prisoner.
Because you allowed yourself to be a prisoner.
I gave your father the best years of my life.
Wasn't he the lucky one?
I was a victim. If you hadn't come along, Tony, I could have done something with my life.
Oh, maybe you should have thought about your youth before you spread your legs in the backseat of Jimmy's Chevy.
Tony, no!
Claire slaps Tony across the face.
Shouldn't have said that.
That bastard raped me.
Christ.
What?
Your father raped me.
Is that true, almost?
I don't know. I don't know nothing. I always say Claire, crazy in the head, but Jimmy, he could be trouble.
Thank you, Rose.
Rape, no rape, Jimmy never say. Mr. Flanagan and Declan, they come to the house with Claire and insist Jimmy marry her. She was 7-8 months along. Oh, hullabaloo, everybody yelled, Mama cried. Mr. Flanagan threatened to call the polizia. I put it out of my mind. Until tonight.
It's not true, Tony.
What's this status?
It's true.
Who the hell marries the rapist?
Me! I didn't have a choice. It's a man's world. Women don't count. No one would have believed me if I accused Jimmy Stefano of rape back then. He was a Vietnam vet. Purple Heart. People in this town sooner call me a tramp than charge a war hero with rape. What could I do? I had 3 options: marriage, unwed mother, and a knife in the back room with a backroom butcher. I couldn't abort. I'm a Catholic, for Christ's sake. Jimmy was forced to marry me. My life might have been easier if I aborted. No husband, no getting in-laws, no miserable life.
Yeah, no me.
You were the only good thing that resulted from that horrible night. I gave up my future for your happiness, Tony. If that's not love, I don't know what love is.
Why you do this, Claire? Tonight, why?
No woman has another child with a rapist and stays with him for over 50 years. There was no rape.
Oh, you're such a tight ass, Cheryl. You don't know nothing. You've all teamed up against me.
You know, you always play the martyr. I think Cheryl was right. There was no rape.
Oh, there was a rape. And not just one. I was raped by your father, your goddamn Aunt Rose, that entire Guinea family, and now by my children.
Jeff, you take me home right now. I can no handle no more.
Sure, Rose. I'll be back.
What now?
Should be hitting the bottle, I suppose.
Well, let her greet the mourners in her drunken stupor. I'm leaving. She's not embarrassing me anymore.
Well, you know what? I'll leave with you. Can you drop me off at the airport? I'll catch a flight back to Denver.
Oh, come stay at my house for a couple days.
I don't know.
Please, you haven't seen the kids, and I need you to help me through this. And who knows? Maybe Mother will apologize.
I've been waiting all my life for an apology from her. I guess I can wait 2 more years.
We're survivors, Tony. You helped me, and I helped you.
It's an unbreakable bond.
One foot in front of the other, that's the way it's done. Tony? Cheryl? Go on, get out. Who needs you? I've never needed anyone. Never had anyone. Just you and me again, Jimmy. On our own, as always. You used to say I had a mean streak, but that was only part of me. I could be kind, forgiving, you knew that. That's why you came to me, back to me. You needed me. We all come back to Claire Flanagan when they need something. But when I need someone, something, oh, we walked a rocky road, you and me, sweetheart. You suffered so much. Gasping for air, choking on your scrambled eggs. I couldn't watch you. You were in hell. So was I. I'm gonna miss you, you old son of a bitch. Finally at peace. I was goddamn good to you, Jimmy. I did whatever was necessary. It was always about you, not me. One more for the road, babe. Danny boy, the pipes are calling. It wasn't revenge. Never revenge. You had so much trouble. It was an act of love, baby. Yes, that's what it was. An act of love. One tiny adjustment to your morphine drip. And you were finally at peace. Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling. From glen to glen and down the mountainside. The summer's gone and all the roses falling. 'Tis you must go. And I must bide.
So, slow fade to black. End of play.
Thanks so much. If you would meet the actors and director in the hallway or downstairs, that'd be appreciated. We do have another reading starting and a an audience coming in. Thanks so much. Great work.